Hi there, and welcome to my first ever plugin tutorial. Now, this tutorial is going to be focusing on Sponge on the API 6. However, in this tutorial, this will probably be in all APIs to come. Because today we're not going to do anything special. We are literally just going to make a plugin that displays hi or hello world or something like that. So let's begin. So personally, I use Eclipse. You can use whatever you want. There's IntelliJ, there's NetBeans, there's Eclipse, there's BlueJ, etc, etc, etc. And I'm also going to be using Maven, simply because Gradle does not work on my machine. But that's another topic. Okay, so to start off, I'm just going to simply create a Maven project. Now, YouTube compression, probably won't be able to see this bit very well. I'll try and enlarge it as best I can. That did not do what I wanted. Okay, I'm just going to have to leave it like this. So I'm just going to create a simple Maven project. So here we get to the group ID, artifact ID. My cursor is in a different place. I can't move it for some reason. Okay, so group ID, artifact ID, version, packaging, name, and description. So I'm actually going to start off with the group ID. So the group ID is essentially your main from Bucket, if you remember that from the plugin.yml file. So I'm going to have it as org.test, because I lack creativity. And the artifact ID is your plugin main. So in my case, it's literally got to be plugin main. Helps someone spell main. And after that, just click finish, and you'll have a brand new spanking plugin in your package explorer. All great. After that, you want this file here, which is pom.xml. Now, no YouTube compression. You're probably not going to be able to see that. I'm sorry, Eclipse won't allow me to enlarge the text here. Okay, so if you just open that in generic text editor, that is not a generic text editor. There we go. Now, YouTube compression should not matter on this bit because I've enlarged the actual text. But after that, where the project ends, as you can see there, you want the line above it. Then just paste in this code, which is in the description if you want it. After that, just close and save. Then refresh your plugin. After that, you will create the project's packaging. So in this, just gotta put what I had in the group ID. So org.test. I am then going to have the class as plugin main. After that, obviously, you get the class. So just above where the class initializes, you need plugin in brackets. So I'm just going to import that. Now, as you can see here, it actually took the sponge powered.api. Which is exactly what Maven's there for. So, next bit is to set your plugin ID, plugin name, and plugin version. You can do this directly into the actual @plugin annotation, but I prefer to do it this way because then I can grab it for later on use without getting the plugin container. So, the plugin ID. Now, the plugin ID has restrictions. You cannot use caps and you cannot use spaces. So I'm just going to call it test plugin ID. And the same with the name. So name can be literally anything. And then the version. I'm going to have mine as a 4-pointer, simply because I prefer doing it like that. I have a standard, but obviously you don't have to follow it. So there you go. After that, you just want to say ID in the at plugin annotation, and then say plugin main. Helps if I can say it. Say plugin, and then plugin ID, and then obviously name equals plugin main name, and last but not least the version. Plugin main plugin version. Now there are more things there if you wish, such as the description, the link, the soft dependencies, or hard dependencies, etc. All that goes into your at plugin statement. And there you go. You gotta have a plugin that actually initializes. Great, but it won't actually do anything, which is a bad thing. So this is a bit where, if you're coming from Bucket, will seem kind of familiar. So in Bucket you had the on-enable, which is the first method that actually ran. In Sponge, you don't have on-enable, you have events. Now, there are 3 events for starting. There's on plugin initialization, there's on server starting, and on server started. The initialization is before the dependencies are done, so it will literally run that code before it even puts your plugin in order. The on starting is where on enable was from Bucket, so that's where it's got all the plugins in the right order, it's got all the dependencies sorted out, and it's pretty much safe to do a lot of stuff. And last but not least is plugin started event. That's for schedulers. If you don't know what a scheduler is, that doesn't matter, that's what these videos are for. Anyway, we'll get on. So, with events, you need the @listener annotation. After that, plugin void. I'm going to call it on enable for old time's sake, but it does not need to be this. After that, you want the event, so I'll have a list of events in the description, in the Sponge docs sort of format. I'll have the exact location where they are on the docs, so you should just be able to click the link and they'll be at the top of the page, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to be using starting event. So game starting server event. I'm just going to call it event. After that, import everything, and there you go. That will be ran straight away. After that, we're going to use the Java default logger, but this is not recommended, but because I'm just doing a very basic test plugin, I'm going to be using it. So the not recommended bit is you'll see on the actual console. So I'm going to call it Hello World. And that is my plugin. So I'm now going to extract it. So to do that, you just right click and extract, but obviously that depends on your IDE. Just got to dump it there, which is my server. Now gotta run it. I put spaces in the ID, didn't I? Yes, I did. Try again. Alright, so right there we have the one plugin found, which is good. And it's found the correct jar file. It's just saying it's missing that, that's absolutely fine. And there you are, hello world. Now this is where the default Java logger isn't recommended, because it comes out of exactly the class and line where it got printed out. This is great for debugging, not great for anything else. Okay, and that is it. If you still some reason don't believe that the plugin isn't there, you can always do sponge plugins, and there you can see it. And that's it. Bye.